Livestock Show and Rodeo. Hi everybody, my name is Boyd Paul Hamus. I'll be joining Andy Seiler and Jackie Johnson in just a moment. But this is 2026, our Grand Entry Parade.
Leading the way, we welcome the American flag carried by Miss Carly Piercy. The Texas flag carried by Miss Rodeo Texas, Rihanna Santos. And the Houston Livestock Show and Rodeo flag carried by lifetime Vice President Griffin Webb. Now, I see all of you Patriots out there in the grandstands standing at the side of Old Glory, and we appreciate you for doing so. But please, once that flag passes you by, enjoy this parade from the comfort of your chair. We will celebrate God and country a little bit later on with our national anthem and invocation. Immediately behind those banners, we welcome our city of Roggen, Colorado, also a Texas Tech grad.
Immediately behind them, the past chairman of the board and president. There's Jim Bloodworth and Jim Winnie. That's right. Brady Carew, Don Jordan, Jack Lyons, and Butch Robinson. John O. Smith, Paul Somerville, R.H. Steve.
And Robbie Smith, Dr. Kelly Larkin, MD. There's Alan Kent and Parker Johnson.
Let's take a look now to our lifetime executive committee. That's Jim Wyndham, along with long, tall Joe Velletri in the saddle. There's Joe, Chris Richardson, Ed McMahon. How did the half Honeycutt and Wayne Howes Jr. And the tip of the half Ray Hindsley and Tillman Fertitta.
We have a whole page of vice presidents. People like Amy Pinkham Miller and Christy Manning.
Robert Pike Jr., Michael Sachs, Jim Sharpwell III. Then it's the Davids, Kristen Takersley, and Lance Wells.
Our lifetime vice presidents. There's Terrence Fontaine and Ray Gonzalez. Dick Hudgens, Greg Schroeder, James Mora, and Rick Jones.
When we turn to our directors, it looks like we're reading War and Peace. We have a ton of directors. Just going to read you a chapter or two, though. They include Travis Adair and Courtney Adami, Harry Agris, Jake Ali, Russ Allen. Then we get to the B's for Stephen Barrier, Annette Bisbee, Lisa Blackwood, Barclay Branch, Michelle Briggs, and Tim Brinkmeyer. Gene Clark, Andrew Clendenin, Matthew Cohn, and Bo Dawson.
Our Houston Livestock Show and Rodeo horseback guests. There's Rachel Lahane and Timothy Bell, Christina Bryan, the federal magistrate judge, Pat Mizell, and our third-year chairman, Nathan Kelly, and Lysandra Body.
Well, our wagons are finally making a turn at the south end of NRG Stadium, and the first wagon you're looking at is the first Cowboys wagon, the husband of chairman of the board, Patman Phillips. That's Tim Phillips' wagon, and he's got Brandon Creighton, Chancellor, Texas Tech University Chancellor. Also, we have Taylor Curtis, the superintendent of Conroe ISD, Dr. David Vincent, along with Christy Vincent. And we have the Beans, Colonel Jeffrey Bean and Carol Bean, and Brian and Allison Alexander.
Wagon number 2, that's our President's Wife's Wagon, hosted by Randy Bowman, our wife of the President and CEO, Dr. Chris Bowman. We have members of the Angleton ISD Child Nutrition Services, including Angelica Jimenez, Vanessa Valdez, Sarah Hall, Wendy Gray, Melissa Cruz, and Jackie Murchison, Natalie Dixon, and Connie Cox.
Yes, and then we take a peek at Wagon 3, Executive Office Guest and Dignitary. There's Grace Beasley, Bradley Sock, and Gillian Sock. Ford Morris, and the Reddies, Aaron and Easton. The Calkins, Sean, Riska, Renee, and Sharon Pera.
Wagon 4, a few more of our executive office guests and dignitaries. Becky and Julia Nelson, Nancy White, and Chris Lang, Janie Crumholtz, Carly Sachs, and Bale Sachs. Spywag, excuse me. In Wagon 4. And friends, if you are still standing, we would ask that you please take your seat. Those banners have made their way past the halfway point, and we will celebrate our nation here in just a little bit.
So on that fire truck, you might know that great football player standing on that first fire truck. How about a big welcome to Von Miller, riding in our grand entry today. How is it, Stud? Good to see you. Yeah, that man has tackled a few QBs in his day, has he not? So, of course, we are saluting the Cowboy Channel Texas Tech University, as well as our area Go Texas counties, Austin, Bastrop, Bell, Boss, Brazos, Burleson, Coryell and Falls, Freestone, Grimes, Hill County, Lee County, Leon County, Limestone, Madison, McLennan, Milam County, Navarro County, Robertson County, Walker County, the birthplace of Texas, Washington County, and Williamson County. And our entertainer today, I bet you already know, we're closing the show with the music of Kelly Clarkson.
There is Howdy. He is one of our idols and icons here at Rodeo Houston.
I think Von Miller ought to tackle Howdy.
I disagree because I want Howdy to be able to finish the remainder of the show.
It's not that being,
Yeah, it's happened before, and for job security reasons, we want to make sure Howdy sticks around. I mean, if he put a helmet on, I still don't think there would be very many QBs that would want to see Von Miller on the other side of the shot clock.
Oh, the Grand Entry Parade. And we have 109 committees that oversee everything from contested hospitality and services to our medical committee. We bumped into them right outside Energy Center the other day. And they're all volunteers. But they're EMTs, they're paramedics, they're all highly qualified professionals that volunteer to supply medical service to the Houston Livestock Show and Rodeo during the show's run. It's amazing how many different committees that we have and the 36,000 volunteers that staff it.
Well, it's humbling too to see people who have high-ranking positions.
Now they're starting to find their way out the north end of NRG. Whoa! Oh, yeah, I got a little bucky right there.
Almost reminds you of a construction traffic diversion on the loop, doesn't it?
I mentioned that a second ago because suggestion is a kind way to describe it.
Hard in Texas, if you're horseback listening to this tune, you can't have a bad day. It is impossible. Your mood is automatically elevated.
Well, this might be the first time that I've ever seen the pivot riders lead before the Grand Entry riders. The pivot riders, of course, are all those black horses and silver saddles, all wearing red blouses. Texas Tech. So we mentioned that Biggie Servy's a graduate